What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're talking about why ritualized discomfort is gaining popularity, and is it going to be around to stay, or is it just a trend that might be quick to die? So ritualized discomfort has actually been present in many cultures for a long time. You can think of the sweat lodge as an example of ritualized discomfort. But one of the reasons that common forms of ritualized discomfort, such as cold showers, cold water immersion, saunas, heavy weightlifting, ultra marathons, stuff like that, you see more and more everyday regular people are kind of looking into this sort of thing and thinking, hey, I'm going to start training for an ultra marathon, or I'm going to start taking cold showers every day. This is gaining popularity because of the fact that we live in a society now where discomfort is not actually necessary. So a long time ago, it would be necessary to get uncomfortable to survive. You would need to survive harsh weather conditions in, more minimalistic shelters to survive the winter. And you would need to get uncomfortable to go and hunt your food. We live in a lot more of a comfortable society now. A lot of us are wealthy enough to have heating and air conditioning, so we don't get too hot in the summer and we don't get too cold in the winter. We go to work and we earn our paycheck and we can just go to the grocery store to get our food. Sure, there are still more emotional forms of discomfort, but even then, we don't actually have to have the difficult conversations with our loved ones face to face. There's text messaging now, right? You can have a difficult conversation with someone without actually looking them in the face. You can settle a dispute online. There's a bunch of keyboard warriors out there that are, I use that phrase sarcastically, but people kind of hide behind their screen a lot. So even in a social setting, you don't actually need to get as uncomfortable and face that emotional discomfort as much as you would have had to in the past. But actually, we find that this is a little bit soul crushing. The average human actually thrives from a little bit of discomfort, right? They're kind of like pushing their edge. And I'm sure you know this if you've ever done anything outside of your comfort zone. It feels invigorating and it feels like where growth is occurring. And that feeds your soul. That makes you feel like you're alive. So when we take all of the discomfort out of our lives, which we've kind of built a society that optimizes for comfort, it can become a little bit soul-crushing in a way. And the lack of these discomforts also really diminish our adaptive capacities and our capacity to deal with stress in a healthy way. And that's where people are cluing into the fact that if they reintroduce the discomfort that we would have had in, some like prehistoric human life, if we reintroduce some discomforts in a more controlled way, where, we don't have to worry about getting eaten by a tiger, we can still create these adaptive capacities to handle stress. And the development of this capacity to deal with stress and therefore be more resilient, both mentally and physically, is precisely why people thrive off of a certain level of discomfort. So now, naturally, what's occurred is discomfort has now become ritualized. We've gone out and we seek discomfort. Shout out to Yes Theory. I even have a sweater that says Seek Discomfort on it, and so do millions of people, probably millions around the world. If you don't know Yes Theory, you should go check out their YouTube channel. They're really cool, and their motto is Seek Discomfort. And that's just a testament to what I'm saying here. Like seeking discomfort is becoming more popular, and it's specifically getting ritualized. And I think it's a very healthy thing. And I think it's around to stay. And actually, when we think about it, when we look back in history, it's been developing and it's been around for a long time. Even in some religious settings, there's prolonged fasting. That's an example of, it's voluntary prolonged fasting. That's an example of ritualized discomfort. And ritualized discomforts that I personally participate in, like martial arts training, right? It's pretty uncomfortable to have somebody on your back trying to strangle you. Like cold showers, like prolonged saunas, like some fasting now and again. These are things that make us more resilient as humans, both mentally and physically. Even just exercise is a ritualized form of discomfort. It's uncomfortable to put yourself under a heavy bar, one that you feel like you might not be able to lift on that 9th rep, that 10th rep, and really just push as hard as you can, right? And by definition, a ritual is something that follows like a prescribed pattern of actions or behaviors. So by definition, even a workout is ritualized discomfort because physically it's uncomfortable also. It builds mental and physical resilience that we might actually not otherwise be able to build in society. That maybe a couple hundred years ago or a couple thousand years ago, right? Our biology was the exact same, and we might have been able to get that kind of discomfort just naturally in our day-to-day lives, like what it took to survive. But in today's day and age, our biology remains, but we don't have those same challenges. So it's important to go out and seek them. And I make that point about the fact that our biology is the same because our wiring has stayed the same, but now our environment has changed. So in order to thrive, we have to make changes to adjust for the fact that, well, we evolved biologically in an environment that was different for this. So our body is optimized for different conditions. That little bit of discomfort is actually very good for us. It's optimal for us. So it's important for us to go and seek discomfort in that way. And this is why I think ritualized discomfort is only going to grow in popularity. You see communities surrounding like saunas and ice baths now popping up all over the place. And, you know, ultra marathon, stuff like that, Ironman, those are communities that are growing. And not only does it create an opportunity to build resilience on both a mental, because of the endurance of that event, whatever the uncomfortable event is, you build mental resilience for enduring it. And you also build physical resilience because of the adaptations that your body is going to make as a result of this ritualized discomfort, especially if you make a very healthy habit out of it. So it's great for those reasons, but also there's opportunity for bonding, which is very important in today's day and age. And I encourage everyone to, if you do some ritualized discomfort in any form, find a way to start doing it with people. Like when you jump into a freezing lake with someone, well, hopefully not freezing, because then you're gonna land on some thick sheet of ice. But when you go into some like very cold water with someone, you stay in there for a minute and you come out together, you know, you're probably like encouraging each other to persevere. You're like hyping each other up. You're forming some good human connections with people when you engage in some uncomfortable activities together in that way. And I know I've made a lot of friends like this. I've deepened a lot of relationships by engaging in some ritualized discomfort in a group, in a social setting. And it's a very healthy way to bond with people. So this is something that I'm optimistic about for the future. I think it's gaining popularity, and I think it serves as a bit of a remedy to the issue that we have surrounding like social networks and how people are kind of isolated behind their phones nowadays. If you have like trouble in social settings, this can be a great way to overcome some of those issues, right? Like it doesn't really take much. All it takes is a common goal to bond over and something that you're going to go through together. And it's very healthy for you. It's very healthy for society as a whole. And this is why I think ritualized discomfort is gaining popularity and it's here to stay. And I encourage you to partake in it as much as you can within the bounds of good health. So in a society where comfort is readily available at your fingertips, hopefully, I mean, for most of us, that's the case. Even if we're not very wealthy, we still have probably some food in our fridge and a roof over our head. So hopefully, at the very least, that is you. If not, I wish you the best. I wish you, more wealth and prosperity. And as a matter of fact, no matter who you are, I wish you more health and prosperity. But like I was saying, most of us have a lot of comfort readily available at our fingertips at any given time. And in a society where that is the case, it is more and more important to build resilience through ritualized discomfort. We get this hormetic effect where a little bit of stress is actually going to lead to less stress. It's going to make us more resilient. It's going to give us a higher capacity to deal with stress in the future. So you get more mental and physical resilience. It's very healthy for you. If you haven't checked out my video on the secret to less stress is more stress, go give that a watch. So that's a good video to watch in conjunction with this one. It's very relevant. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. Let me know down below, what are some of the ways that you participate in ritualized discomfort? Maybe you've never even thought about it in that way, but now that you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I do take cold showers. I guess that is ritualized discomfort. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what are some of the ways that you do this? And have you made some friends through bonding over ritualized discomfort? Have you deepened some friendships that might have already existed? I'm really interested, so let me know in the comments down below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more content, and thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.